Yes, sir. It is getting close to kickoff time here from Kennesaw, Georgia at Jacob Dennis Field, the North Cobb Christian campus, home of the Eagles. And tonight your Darlington Tigers are here, and they are on a mission. They're in the driver's seat for Region 7A Private. And from what we understand, a win here pretty much puts them at the top of the region for the year. So it's a big game tonight. They've had a lot of big games, it seems like, throughout the course of the season, and tough matchups. And, of course, Darlington has passed the test, the last 7 games and came away with wins. So they're looking to make it 8 in a row and, more importantly, be a top Region 7A private. Yeah,
you're setting yourself up for what could be a great playoff run. A win tonight, and that guarantees at least one home playoff game, which is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. And, of course, I was talking with Coach Atha about, Class A football and just how good the teams are that are in Class A football. And so to give yourself the best position possible is just like you say, just a really, really huge deal and something that you want to take care of. And so they've been very focused and very, very, working very hard with their game plan and everything, and just trying to get ready for this football game to have the best result possible. So I think we're going to see a very focused and poised football team right out of the gate today.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't take for granted the fact that the team that's going to line up across from you, they want to win. And that's what they're going to get from North Cobb Christian tonight. This is a team whose record probably doesn't reflect their ability. And I believe that Darlington's going to have a fight on their hands tonight, so they've got to come out focused if they want to achieve the goals that are still in front of them.
In terms of the series, Ian, Darlington leads it 3-2. The Tigers did drop last year's contest at home 28-10. The Eagles led 14-3 at halftime. It was 21-3 about halfway through the third quarter, and they just did an excellent job of stopping Darlington's running game, outgained Darlington in the game 412 yards to 132 yards. So it was a pretty dominant victory for North Cobb Christian. I don't think any of us saw that coming.
No, I think both you and I predicted a Darlington victory last year, but that'll put a chip on these Tigers' shoulders, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. So I think that's what we're going to see here tonight. The last time, as we mentioned, that the Darlington Tigers visited Jacob Dennis Field was back in 2019, a couple of seasons ago. Turned out to be the site of Coach Atha's 150th career victory as a head coach. So this is one of those places that at the end of his career, he's going to look at it as a special place, you would assume.
Especially if they get a win tonight. That'll add a little icing on that cake.
How about win 165 and lock in the region tonight? That'd be a big deal, for sure.
Might have to celebrate a birthday party on this field one day later in life.
You never know. But we'll talk about the coaching matchup a little bit as we edge a little bit closer to game time. Matt Jones is the new head coach here, and it's his first year as a head coach at North Cobb Christian or anywhere. Most recently, he was the offensive coordinator at Lanier High School in Gwinnett County. Took over for the previous head coach, Mark Hollers. Hollers is over at Commerce now. He's 5-2 there, which is a historically great program. They're a type program, got championships in their history and all that kind of stuff. Been playing football for a long, long time. But here's an interesting tidbit about Coach Jones. As a player, he was a 3-year letterman at McEachern under longtime Indians coach Jimmy Dorsey. After he graduated, he walked on at Georgia, and he was a long snapper under Mark Richt. So he's been a part of some big-time football, and I know he had some other jobs before he ended up with that OC job we were talking about earlier. So even though this is his first year as a head coach, the man knows football, and he's been around a lot of great coaches. So I think, for a first-year coach, it feels like he's got more experience than he does in terms of that head coaching role.
And Matt, with his arrival here at North Cobb Christian, we're going to see a completely different football team schematically, correct?
No doubt about it. Under Coach Hollers, you would expect an option offense a la Paul Johnson era at Georgia Tech. And, of course, now Jones comes in, and his specialty is the spread, like a lot of coaches these days. So they're going to try to spread it out. But one thing I do want to point out, when you look at their statistics online, they're a very, very heavy run team. They'll throw the ball a little bit, but their bread and butter is going to be that running game. So the key to success in this game for the Darlington Tigers is to be able to stop North Cobb Christian from getting their guys in space and open up that running game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Matt. And last time, I'm sure they worked on it in practice, but for the first time all season, we saw a team that got behind this Darlington defense a few times on 3rd and longs. The Heritage Christian Lions were able to hit that deep ball. We've seen stellar safety play from Patrick Shelley and Caleb Thompson all season. But we know what I noticed is they set that up with the run game, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that same approach from the Eagles this evening.
Well, Ian, we are about 3 minutes until the kickoff of this football game, so we're going to send it back to the studio. But briefly, a 2-minute break down the line on the radio if you're listening on WLAQ. So we'll take that break. We'll come back for kickoff. Darlington Tigers at North Cobb Christian. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
School Eagles this evening, number 65, Denzel Alexander Lewis. Number 8, Jacob Cruz. Number 55, Caden Callahan. And number 17, Luke Brock. The captains for the Darlington Tigers, number 14, Trenton Mercer. Number 50, Christian McClooney. Number 62, Caleb Butler. And number 54, Jack Chandler. Tigers will receive the opening kickoff.
Yes, it is almost time for kickoff. Matt Davis and Ian Griffin to bring you the call of tonight's game here on WLAQ and also the live video stream. And we'll go ahead and let you know that North Cobb Christian won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so we're going to see this Tigers offense to start the game. Real quick, the captains for you tonight for Darlington, Trenton Mercer, Christian McClooney, Jack Chandler, and also Caleb Butler. For North Cobb Christian, you would have Jacob Cruz, Luke Brock, Caden Callahan, and Denzel Alondre Lewis, and so that's your captains for tonight. The Darlington Tigers are lined up. They've got Talon Shirey back around the 5-yard line to receive this kick, and North Cobb Christian about to tee it up. We're about to have toe meeting leather here from Kennesaw, Georgia on the campus of North Cobb Christian School. We're at Jacob Dennis Field. So it looks like the kicker here in this football game is going to be Trey Stevens. That's a name that you probably remember for the last couple of years because he's a senior with this North Cobb Christian football team, the Eagles.
And let's not forget, last year they scored a 28-10 victory at Chris Hunter Stadium. So we'll see if the Darlington Tigers can avenge the loss from 2020.
Well, here he goes, folks. He runs to the football. Stevens puts the boot on it. It's a good kick. Goes back towards the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. That's an automatic touchback, and the Tigers are going to start at the 20.
Excellent end-over-end kick there. Stevens with a big leg. And that's a great way to prevent a great return. Just put it out of the back of the end zone each and every time.
So the Tigers get ready to line up. They'll start on offense to start this game, and picking up a very dramatic win at home last week, 28-24. against Christian Heritage to remain perfect in region play. Want to keep it that way at the end of things tonight. Patrick Shelley in at quarterback. He's got Caleb in the backfield with him. Thompson, he takes the first carry and runs it for about 5 yards between the tackles to open things up.
And Caleb Thompson's been excellent all year. Last week he had a real hard time against that Christian Heritage defense, so that was a nice start to his night, picking up 3 or 4 yards.
Gain of 4 there for Caleb on that first down play. Shotgun formation, 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 on the near side. Thompson stays in the backfield here with Patrick Shelley. They're working right to left. Darlington's in their white uniforms with purple letters and numbers. There's a pass that's going to be tipped and intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Running back the other way is North Cobb Christian. They'll stay up and have the ball in the red zone to start their first drive after the interception and return.
And that ball was absolutely fired. I mean, we saw the poster coming in, if you can't take the heat with the football on fire. That ball was absolutely smoked, and it was tipped high, and a great play there by this Eagle defense to intercept it and set themselves up in the Darlington red zone for their first drive.
And that was Priester with the interception, by the way, for North Cobb Christian. They'll run to the line very quickly. 11-17 left opening quarter. They're going to get the ball quick. They'll line up in an I formation, 2 wide receivers to the near side. Their quarterback, Brock, takes the snap, hands it off. They run it off to the right side, and the defense stuffs them, and it looks like there won't be a gain there.
Yeah, just a little sweet play there, very slow developing, and this Tiger defense will be all over that. If that's the kind of runs they're going to set up, they're going to struggle against this Darlington front that has been excellent all season.
That was Priester with the run, so that's going to set up 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 17-yard line. So the Eagles will go back to the line of scrimmage in the red zone. They'll line up in that I formation, 2 wide receivers off to the far side. Again, under center is going to be Brock. He'll take the snap, pull it down, hands it off, and they'll run forward to about the 12-yard line. So that's going to be about a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Trenton Mercer and Caleb Thompson on the tackle there for the Tigers. And a big 3rd down here. If the Darlington defense can manage to handle this sudden change and only give up a field goal, that would be a huge start.
That was Jaden Coates with the carry for North Cobb Christian. 3rd down and 5, ball on the 12-yard line. Eagles in the red zone. They're going to line up in a pistol set this time. Luke Brock, their quarterback, he's a senior. He's going to move Priester off to his left. He'll go that way, throws a pass towards the end zone, bobbles around, and is knocked loose, so that'll be incomplete.
A great play there by Eli Thompson as the receiver was open. The ball was on target, but Thompson's ability to make a play on the ball just as the receiver was trying to bring it in, he was able to break that pass up and stop this drive. So a 3-and-out produced by the Darlington defense after the opening drive for the Tigers ended in an interception.
So we're going to see Trey Stevens on to attempt a fairly short field goal here. This is going to be a 30-yarder.
He showed he had plenty of leg on that first kickoff.
Oh, absolutely. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is on the way, and that is going to be sneaking right inside the left bar. So that's going to be the first score of the game. But as you mentioned, Ian, to be in that situation with them intercepting the pass and starting off in the red zone to only give up 3 points, in a way you consider that a win.
Absolutely. I mean, you practice that all the time. Sudden change. Turnover, get out there and make the best of the situation. This Darlington defense did that. Holding them to 3 there is huge.
So it's a 3-0 ball game. We've got 10 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. We're in the opening quarter of this football game. And now we're going to see North Cobb Christian kick the ball off to the Darlington Tigers for their 2nd possession of the football game. Glad you're with us tonight on WLAQ and also the live video stream provided by Darlington School. Always a great pleasure to get to be here on Friday nights and call these games and spend some time with the Darlington fans each and every week. And we're literally hanging out with the Darlington fans tonight because we're right in the thick of the crowd, aren't we?
We sure are, and they've turned out in bunches here to support their Tigers.
So Stevens has it teed up. He'll get ready to kick the football off to the Tigers. Back deep, standing around the goal line is going to be Talon Shirey. They're going to kick it over his head, and that is going to be another touchback. It bounces off the back pylon.
Yeah. Stevens has no problem kicking this thing out of the back of the end zone, so it looks like Darlington will most likely be starting from the 20 all night.
So we have 10:02 left first quarter. It's a 3-0 ball game. Only score of the game was a field goal just moments ago off the foot of Trey Stevens, who's, as you mentioned, got a really big leg. That was a 30-yarder. Shotgun formation here for Patrick Shelley on 1st and 10. They're going to hand the ball off, and looks like I don't think he got anything there.
No. Braden Willoughby came off the edge there and made a really great tackle. Thompson wasn't able to get anything going.
Actually, I think he lost a yard, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 with the ball on the 19-yard line. Tigers working from right to left on your radio dial. Going to send a couple of wide receivers to the near side, couple to the far side, and in the backfield here with Patrick Shelley is going to remain Caleb Thompson. So Shelley gets ready to take the snap. Here it is. He's got it in his hands. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to run the football, and he's able to pick up about 3 yards. That'll set up a 3rd and 8.
And going to be in 3rd and long, which Darlington's actually been very, very consistent picking up these 3rd and longs, more so than 3rd and shorts. Not the situation you want to be in, but this Darlington offense has managed it well.
So again, 3rd and 8, ball on the 22. Tigers working it out on their own territory. Going to send 3 wide to the near side, 1 on the far side. Patrick Shelley with Caleb Thompson in the backfield. Thompson's going to be flanked to his left this time around. And we'll get ready for the snap. It is in his hands, dropping back, looking to throw here on 3rd down, puts it in the air up the middle of the field, and the wide receiver couldn't quite hang on to it, had a little bit of mustard on it, and Bowden Owens, that's going to be an incomplete pass.
I think the pass was actually intended for Talon Shirey, and it was on a rope, and Owens tried to catch it. Shirey was open, and it's just one of those things where it looked like Owens was the intended receiver, but he actually was not, and Darlington's got to punt this ball away.
Indeed they are. So the Tigers are going to go 3 and out here in their 2nd possession of the football game. An interception on their 1st possession yielded the first 3 points of the game, and now they go 3 and out. So not exactly the way the Tigers were hoping to start things off tonight on the road. There is the kick, and that's going to drop in at about the 43. A fair catch is signaled. And I believe that was Jack Chandler who punted that football, wasn't it?
May have been.
At the 44-yard line.
I think it was.
1st and 10.
Thomas Bethel has been handling the punting duties for the most part, but I didn't catch the number there, man.
I think it was 54, Jack Chandler, unless I'm badly mistaken. But we've got 8:40 remaining here in our 1st quarter of play. Darlington's going to get, or North Cobb Christian, I should say, is getting their 2nd possession of the game, leading at 3-0. This time they're going to start on their own 44-yard line, so they're getting the benefit of good field position. They're going to line up with everybody in tight here for this down. A different quarterback that time is going to hand it off. That was Jaden Coates who handed it off. I didn't see who the ball carrier was. The ball came out.
I think they're going to rule him down, man.
Willoughby was the ball carrier.
Yeah, just a little counter trap play there, and Darlington was all over it. Gobbled him up right there at the line of scrimmage. Actually lost.
2nd and 9 for your Eagles from the 45-yard line.
Willoughby picked up a yard on that play, setting up a 2nd and 9 with the ball on the 45-yard line. North Cobb Christian with the ball. The colors at North Cobb are white, navy blue, and then Carolina blue. Tonight they're in their Carolina blue uniforms with navy trim. As they get ready to snap the ball, man goes in motion, and the quarterback's going to take the ball. That's Jaden Coates. And he is going to cut up the middle, stays up, and picks up a couple of yards before he's swarmed by a bunch of Tigers. Gus Gamage was in there.
Yes, he was. Patrick Shelley came in late and went for the strip, almost got it. That time, Jaden Coates looked like he was going to lose yardage, was able to cut back to his left and pick up positive yards. But it's 3rd down, and Darlington's looking to get their 2nd consecutive 3 and out.
So we're down to the 7:26 mark here of the 1st quarter. It's 3rd down and 4. They're going to send 2 wide receivers off to the far side. Coates is going to line them up in a pistol formation. He gets ready to take the snap. Man flanks, moves to his left. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off. They cut back the other side with a little misdirection, and the Darlington Tigers swallow him up, and the ball carrier was Priester.
Gatlin Hancock there was the first man to make the back adjust, and then coming in, Joel Lowenberg and Alan Cordero cleaned it all up.
We always say it, folks, the freshman.
I know, the freshman and the cannonball.
That's
They've been
right.